Simulating Abdominal Entry for Laparoscopy, presented by Donald Curtin, Joelle Perkins, and Laura Thompson-Martin. To date, only one reference exists for an abdominal entry simulation model. However, this is a high-cost virtual reality trainer. This video demonstrates the construction of a low-cost simulation model. Supplies you will need include a box and pushpins, which we found lying around. We purchased canvas, a sponge, and weather tape to use as a spacer from a local hardware store, leading to a cost of well under $4 to create the model. Optional supplies include skin. Here we used leftover skin from the Nexplanon insertion trainers. You will need a veress needle, a trocar, and other laparoscopy equipment for teaching purposes, as will be demonstrated later in this video. To create the model, numerous pushpins were used to secure the canvas over the open end of the box. This was placed under good tension. The weather tape was then used to create space between the canvas and the sponge. This is important to get the first click when using the veress needle. The sponge can be cut to different sizes to simulate varying BMIs. We then overlaid the model with the Nexplanon skin and set up a drape to simulate an operative environment. And now, it's time for a demonstration. Today we're going to work on a new model for insertion of the veress needle and trocar insertion. So let's pretend this is the patient's umbilicus. You've already injected the local anesthesia, so what do you want to do next?
I'm going to make a 5mm incision into the skin.
Perfect, go ahead. Great, now what's the next step?
I'm going to take the veress needle. To place the veress needle, I'm going to hold it at 90 degrees, perpendicular to the skin for an obese person, and at 45 degrees for someone of normal habitus.
So we're going to assume that our patient is obese. So go ahead and insert at 90 degrees, and what are you listening or feeling for?
I'm listening for 2 clicks.
Perfect, so go ahead and let's listen. 1, 2. Let's listen. Through the sponge and through the fascia. 2. Okay, we've heard our 2 clicks. What are the other ways we can evaluate if this is in the correct position?
I can use the saline drop test.
Okay, so go ahead.
So basically, I'm going to take my syringe, put it on the veress, and I'm going to draw back and look for air.
Good.
And I can also inject saline, and at low resistance, the fluid should go in.
Perfect.
I can take off the syringe and just drop a little bit of water in the end of the veress, and when I lift up,
It'll drop in?
It'll drop in.
Great. What are the other ways that we can confirm it's in the abdominal cavity?
I want to look for the opening pressure, so it should be less than 10.
Right.
And with the gas on, I can also percuss and listen for tympani.
Good. And the other way is if you press on the abdomen, you'll see the pressure rise. And the negative pressure test is when you lift the abdomen, the pressure will drop.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to insert the trocar. So again, what angle are you going to insert this?
So this is still going to be at 90 degrees.
Great. And this is an OptiView port, so we can put the laparoscope right in it and watch our cells going.
So I'm going into the skin at 90 degrees.
Perfect. And watch the screen, and you can see yourself going through the layers. And there's the fascia. You're in. Let's see that again a bit closer. You'll notice the yellow color of the sponge closely resembles that of subcutaneous tissue, and the white color of the canvas represents fascia quite well. Trocar out, reinsert the camera, make sure we didn't injure anything. Perfect. The box in this model can actually be set up as a box trainer if you wish to perform a task within the model. This is a low cost, easy to build, easy to use, and fairly realistic system. As you can see, there are multiple functions, and each setup can be used numerous times. But wait, there's more. This model can also be used to teach the open Hasson technique by making a larger incision, using retractors, digging down through the subcutaneous tissue to the fascia. Perfect. So go ahead and make an incision in the fascia. Retention sutures may now be placed and a 10 or 12 millimeter port introduced. Thank you all for watching our video.